My name's Adam Shea. I'm a partner at Panish, Shea, and Boyle. We specialize in handling high-value catastrophic injury and death cases.
My name is Ryan Casey. I'm an attorney here at Panish, Shea, and Boyle.
The Troop versus Pavestone case involved a collision that occurred in Phoenix where a tractor trailer rear-ended a group of cars, and our client's son, Paul Troop, was the first car that was hit by the tractor trailer.
And he had his wife of 6 months in the passenger seat next to him. The vehicle did not slow down or brake at any point prior to impact because the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel, and Paul Troop sustained fatal injuries as a result of it.
Doug and Sherry had a really close relationship with their son and were devastated by his death at age 22.
We were able to get black box electronic data from the tractor trailer itself, and we were able to find that there was no braking action from 28 seconds before impact with the Troop vehicle until 10 seconds after impact. And the reason for that was because the driver admitted to falling asleep, but he also admitted to taking soma medication, a muscle relaxer, the night before.
One of the side effects of that medication was that it could make him drowsy and appear impaired. And then in addition to that, the driver was paid by the load, not by the hour. So he had an incentive, even if he was feeling drowsy or sleepy, not to pull over to the road and get a little rest break. He had an incentive to keep going because the more loads he did, the more he'd get paid.
So the defendants admitted responsibility for causing the collision very early on in the case, but disputed that punitive damages were warranted throughout the entirety of the case.
The defense tried to knock out the punitive damage claim on summary judgment, and we were able to successfully prevail on that. So we knew that because we had the punitive damage claim, when this case was presented to the jury, that the jury was going to have to hear about what happened. The biggest obstacle we had in the case was that when the police were investigating him right after the collision, he showed signs of impairment, but the police didn't actually draw blood until about 4.5 hours later, after they were able to get a search warrant. And when the state of Arizona tested the blood, it was negative for the presence of the medication.
So one of the biggest issues we had is throughout this case, the defense said our guy was not under the influence, it was just simply he fell asleep. And we had to show that this wasn't a simple case of a person just nodding off. And what we brought DK Global in for was to actually help with that very issue.
We were able to show through our reconstruction expert and the animation that DK Global put together that this truck driver didn't take any sort of evasive action. He didn't brake, he didn't steer, he didn't do anything for 28 seconds prior to impact.
As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a video is worth a lot more than that. And so that's why we brought them on, and they did a great job in working with our reconstruction expert to pull all those pieces of data together to create an animation.
So the case ended up resolving with a compensatory verdict in favor of Doug and Sherry Troop, the parents of Paul, and the Phoenix jury awarded $5 million to them.
We were able to get a very positive result. We believe bringing DK Global into that to assist us at trial and preparing the animation that ultimately all the jurors who we spoke with after the verdict thought was very powerful and very helpful to them in being able to really distill down and determine that based on all this stuff going on, punitive damages were applicable.
Now, we've worked with DK Global a number of times over the years, and as always, they were on top of things, very professional. The animation that they prepared of the collision sequence was an important factor in getting the verdict that we had.